Hey everyone, Shadow Rockets here, and on today's episode I want to discuss with you when it's okay to cheat. And now that is just super broad. I don't know if I want to cover all of the social aspects of this or every little detail, maybe keep it just to gaming, just because that's kind of what this channel is about. That and a little bit of self-help. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it's not really okay to cheat in a relationship. Not that that has happened to me recently at all. Just don't do it. I want to go out there right off the bat and say that is not okay. Don't do it. Talk about your problems, work it out. If it comes to that, break up. Like, do that. But anyway, back to the main focus, and that is in video games. And now mods and hacks and glitches have been just a part of video games since as long as I can remember. I mean, back even in sticking Nintendo 64 games, there were glitches, and I remember Spider-Man, like on the PS1, Eel Nats being the cheat code to just unlock everything. And just games had cheat codes built in. I mean, granted, they were built in, they were given to you, but they were there. You could access them. So were those okay? Well, yeah, I mean, they were fine. You were just acknowledging that your game wasn't going to save. You weren't going to progress any further in your game or whatever. There were set drawbacks to that. Most of the games were just whatever, single player upgrades or whatever. Like the fighting games, you get all the characters. That's fine. Obviously, you don't get to enjoy the full game. You just get the things that it provides without the work, which I think is kind of at the end of it. That's the idea of a lot of glitches or mods these days. But let's fast forward a little bit to the era of Halo 2, which is when I actually picked up modding. I joined a modding community. I interviewed someone from that modding community very recently, actually. You can go back through. It's the iBot Mods interview that I did with Peaches, and he was the leader, the manager of this modding society, and this was a huge group. And again, this Halo 2 scene was just unreal. It was completely unlike anything I had seen before. It completely opened up my eyes. Yes, of course you could mod in multiplayer and just poop on people in multiplayer, but that wasn't what it was really about, or at least not for me. What it was about was just customizing the game to make it your own. You could customize maps, change colors, add in models and characters and AI into the game that just weren't previously there. You could play Donkey Kong in Halo 2 with the cars just rolling down the hill. It essentially brought forth what Forge mode did in Halo 3, which was just customization, making game types, doing all these crazy things that you couldn't do or that weren't there standard in the game. Now fast forward to obviously Halo 3 Forge. I mean, that was a good time, but it was still limited. People still modded in Halo 3 and still glitched and did all these crazy things. I did too, just to add in new things to maps and make visually appealing maps, even especially for machinimas that I was doing at the time. So I had reason, and I obviously not doing it in multiplayer to poop on people, because I mean, who needs them to do that, right? Do it already, what? Anyway, so I personally feel that that was okay. Those mods, while silly and a little bit ridiculous sometimes, I don't think that they broke the game by any means. I think they only added to the game, added to the customization, and brought new ideas to the game that weren't there previously. Now let's hit on a little bit further up, fast forward a little bit more. We're getting into like GTA 4, where the mods get absolutely insane. Obviously you could do just about anything you want in that game, same as about Halo 2. But this time you're penalizing a company, sort of, in a way. You could buy money in that game too, I believe. And I mean, GTA 5 was the first game that I played, which we're getting there. But yeah, mods, they were rampant, they were available. Reportedly one of the greatest games to mod ever. The modding scene was huge in that group. I personally like the Halo 2 modding scene still, but I think the GTA 4 modding scene was just incredible. The Skyrim modding scene is amazing. Who knew you wanted Thomas the Tank Engine to be all of the dragons? I didn't know that until, I saw Thomas the Tank Engine. It's like, well, that's great. And now that's not to say that there weren't amazing graphics mods and whatnot included with the Skyrim mod scene that were just amazing, bringing the game forward into the future, adding longevity to a game that didn't really have that to me as I beat it in full the first summer that I got it. And don't ask how or why. It was a good game. I enjoyed it. That summer flew by. Anyway, so yeah, that was another scenario where modding was kind of great in Skyrim anyway, but iffy and I mean, they gave you the mod tool for Skyrim 2, so they kind of encouraged it. The company itself was saying, go ahead, mod our game, we don't care. Have fun with it. Keep playing our game, and it improved sales too. So anyway, I don't want to really get into that. I got lost track of GTA 4 here, but it's good for Skyrim. GTA 4, good scene, still kind of a gray area though, because there were actually losses on the company's part, and by losses I mean the company made a ton of money. Rockstar's not hurting by any means, but they put a lot of money into the game, and they put a lot of time into the game and resources, and people were modding these things in that would normally cost money or take more time from the game. So now let's fast forward to modern day GTA 5, which has been, and I want to call it modern day, but remember the game has been out for years now, 4 years or 5 years, or no, not 5, but like 4 years now, and it is just still going strong. The online scene is huge. Rockstar's making a ton of money, but the thing is, everything costs a ton of money in that. So the glitching scene is just like, if I came out with a glitching video or a mod video for GTA 5, just thousands of views drop immediately. I'm not going to do that. That's clickbait because I don't find them. I go to other channels to look for them if I ever am curious on what's going on in that scene. But is that okay? Should we be doing these glitches? Should anybody see these glitches and as a way to make money and essentially rob Rockstar, quote unquote, of their money? I mean, they paid for the game and the DLC is free, but whatever. Should they rob them of this money that they would have been getting just if they had bought shark cards? Which I am the first person to admit the shark cards are way overpriced. I've never bought one, but I've considered it. But they're way overpriced, so they're not worth it. I for one think that if the prices of the shark cards were reduced a little bit, it would be to their benefit and our benefit as players and them as developers, because then I would see more people buying them. I'm sure people buy them now already, but yeah, I don't know. This is a gray area topic for me, and this is actually the one that I couldn't decide on, and kind of what provoked this video. Anyway, friends, tell me what you think down in the comments below. Should people be doing these glitches to sell more cars infinitely and make just tons of money? Does that defeat the purpose of the game? Should they just enjoy the game and what they have? Don't forget to like, favorite, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Shadow Rockets out. Oh, I forgot. I'm moving to a 2-time-a-week model with possibly streaming on the weekends. That's just for time efficiency for me, and I felt like my content was kind of slacking, and I want to provide good content over quality over quantity. So I'm going to be doing probably Monday uploads and Thursday uploads, and then streaming on the weekends, more than likely. So be on the lookout for that. Shadow Rockets out.